morning. So this next video is I want to talk about how I refinished the barrel and the action on my Swedish Mauser. So I've done a couple of barrels previously. My first barrel I ever reblued, I actually set up tanks and did real bluing, and that was an awful lot of work for the few rifles that I figured I would ever do. In retrospect, I've done more than I ever anticipated, but still it seems like a lot of work. So I switched to Duracoat, and Duracoat worked pretty well. The problem with Duracoat, as most of you probably realize, is you've got to have a way to bake it. And I never really came up with a way other than my wife's oven, and I just didn't really like doing that. She definitely didn't like me doing that. So I did try some Oxy Blue, some cold blue, and that worked okay as well. You follow the instructions. I didn't video the Aluma-Hyde. I strongly recommend that you watch the videos that Brownell puts out if you're going to do it, but I'll give you a couple of hints in how it worked for me. So the first thing I did was I had some small parts as in I wanted to do that lever, right? So I did that, I painted that, and I painted the frame around this that you should look familiar if you watch the drooling video. So I went on and I thought about buying some aluminum oxide for the blasting cabinet, but I decided to just go ahead and sand it with 320 grit sandpaper. And I did. I sanded it, and they also recommend that you clean it with acetone, which I did. But where I ran into issues was with my my patience. After I painted it, I decided, well, I can be careful and I'll go ahead and do some other things, and that just didn't work out so well. I wound up with some chips and some scratches, a few more than what I wanted to leave. So I decided to refinish it again. So I sanded to smooth off the rough spots around the chips and whatnot. This is after the 14 days. And I got everything ready, and then I started to wipe it down with acetone. That's where I ran into problems. So apparently acetone will take even cured Aluma-Hyde off. So I went ahead and pretty much completely stripped it. Here's the Aluma-Hyde, the matte black is what I chose. And I stripped it, sanded it again, wiped everything down good. I covered the inside the barrel, or inside the action, with blue tape, and you'll see that in the part where I show how it was hanging in my shop for finishing. And then I sprayed it, and it came out really well. I like the finish. I like the way it looks. I like the matte finish. It looks very, very similar to the Duracoat. How well it's going to hold up, only time will tell. Now, this isn't going to be a rifle that I'm going to be beating around too bad, so I probably will take it whitetail hunting at some point. I've taken quite a few whitetail with the other 6.5 by 55s that I have. So we'll see how all this all works out. I just wanted to really make the note about you know, if you don't want to wipe your rifle down with acetone after it's been aluma coated, I guess. But other than that, it's very similar to any kind of spray paint, I guess. Just make sure that it's clean and smooth. And when I say smooth, as they recommend, don't polish it. You want to give the paint or the Duracoat something to grab onto. And so far I like it. We'll see how it all works out. And if I have problems with it, I will certainly make a post about it, but I don't suspect that to be the case. And we'll see. Thanks for following me along on this. It's been a lot of fun, as it usually is, working on these firearms as I do. I haven't done one in a long time, so I'm glad I undertook this. I like the carving that I did on it. That looks pretty cool to me, and once I get it all back together, we'll go see how it shoots. Set roughly to 195 degrees. Just the small parts. They've been air drying for about half hour. We'll bake these. Fortunately, the barrel, I guess I'm just going to have to wait for the 2 weeks. Anyhow, thanks for watching.